William Kumwembe, and this is Business Time on Times. It is a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. And in the program today, Malawians panic as maize price continues to skyrocket. We speak to consumers and traders. And firms open 1 billion kwacha loans window for SMEs. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned if you could.
Zinenenje. Nazo mnalimo muno?
Ya, ndimatsa kulya ruzina ndisina mwali.
Mande mwashopata. Sugar, apo tukona nkaka. Umatu masambati ndi mulibe uno.
Alamwa kurusamwa aliyo masamba.
Ndakhala soti ngati? Amwali. Komanso to ino mupasike yonse yangodzaza ndi made in Malawi yoka. Tamakani moyo tsogola pogula zinthu zakunja.
Maganizo amene uri ndobwezera chitukuko cha dziko lino mbuyo. Kugula zinthu zopangidwa kwathu konkuno kumathandiza kukweza ntchito za makampani a dziko muno. Zomwezo zimapereka mwayi wa ntchito kwa anthu ambiri. Ogwira ntchito akachuluka dziko lathu limatolera tumisonkho yochuluka. Chumanso chimakwera. Mukagula katundu wakunja mumangolemeretsa mayiko akunjawo ife sitipindula kanthu.
Kani
ndikuuzani
iyo ndenda mvetsatu. Ndandikire pompa. Nene ndikagule zinthu zathu za chimalawi. Sindichedwa
Tikule zathu tikule dziko lathu.
Ndidikire sindichedwa.
Dziko lathu bai Malawi kondendi kunyadira za chimalawi tikamagula za kunja.
Hello and welcome. Maize remains Malawi's staple crop and is the major contributor to the consumer price index, where food weighs around 45%. This means any price movement for the commodity has a bearing on inflation and the economy at large. Prices have been rising in the recent past, especially the past 5 months, with a 50-kilogram bag now trading at high as 19,500 kwacha in some parts of the country. A recent study by the International Food Policy Research Institute found that Malawi has the highest level of maize price volatility compared to other sub-Saharan African countries. What does this mean to consumers and traders now? Sharon Chira spoke to some.
To get a true reflection of what is happening, we took it to the townships asking consumers as well as vendors how they're faring with the current maize prices. Elliot Jeba said it is much more expensive to get the maize where it gets them and consumers are not buying as much.
We had very good business as we were ordering at good prices, but now the prices are too high. We're ordering a 50-kilogram bag at 16,750 kwacha. So, in order for me to make a profit, I sell the bag at 18,000 kwacha. But it is not helping. The price is too high. People just don't have the money. As traders, we're uncertain about where we'll be at the beginning of the next season.
Consumers these days are not buying full 50-kilogram bags of maize. They're buying 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms, sometimes 5 kilograms. But how much is this contributing to our household?
The profit that I make from the maize I buy during the harvest season is better off than the profit by someone who kept the maize, because I buy and sell, not buy and keep.
And now we're in Derenda Township at Bwanangubwa and West Farm Produce. Christopher Bwanangubwa has been running this business for several years, and he says right now it is more difficult to sell 5 bags of maize in a day than it did 5 months ago. Let's find out exactly how he is taking it.
Buying maize where we order is now expensive, so business is not going well. People are buying with the money they had. 1 kilogram was at 200 or 250 kwacha. Now consumers cannot afford to buy the whole bag of maize, which is now at 17,000 kwacha.
Venda sasunga chimanga
Vendors don't keep maize. We order, sell, and order more. Government through ADMAC keeps maize, not vendors.
Sasunga chimanga. Koma imasunga chimanga ndi boma. Imasunga kwa ADMAC. Kuyambira anthu amene jayo olo matumba 5 ya mamalisi. Olo 20.
In the past, I could easily sell 5 bags of 50 kgs, even 20 bags. But now, selling 5 is not easy.
Consumers are also feeling the pinch of the prices the commodity is going at on the market.
The prices are too high. 1 kg is just enough for lunch, dinner, then porridge for my child the next morning.
We are suffering because of these prices. We don't have money. We never had a time when a bag of maize could sell at 17 or 18,000 kwacha. Just a few months ago, we were buying a 50 kgs bag at 10,000 kwacha. But now, it's at 18,000 kwacha. We don't have money to afford those prices. There are districts that don't have the maize at all. The people there cannot feed their children. The available maize on the market is obviously not enough for the population.
Maize is considered a large player to Malawi's staple food in Sima. But with the prices as they are right now, is the hunger problem in Malawi ever going to be reduced?
Access to capital has been one of the major challenges small and medium entrepreneurs are facing in the country. Most few conditions set by banks and other macroeconomic institutions are prohibitive, and this has stifled their growth. Noticing the gap, management consultancy and business development firm Accelerator has since set aside over 1 billion kwacha for small and medium entrepreneurs, SMEs, to access and establish or boost existing businesses. Accelerator country director is Patrick Namankoma, and says the firm would own 40% shares in any business of the SME's choice. Chimwemwe Mangazi caught up with Namakoma in this interview.
It is really a challenge that many Malawians are not forthcoming with their business ideas. I think many of them, maybe they fear they don't have maybe good writing skills. Sometimes they fear they don't have the best or the right skills to do business. So there is an interest out there, but people are not coming forth to seek assistance, either financially or either technically. That's the situation on the ground. For this year, Accelerator has put aside 1 billion kwacha. Money that will be there to support or help Malawian businesses to promote their areas of business. Accelerator looks for several factors. The first issue, which is of paramount importance, is the business idea which is profitable. We would want to partner with Malawians with bright business ideas that are really profitable. Secondly, we're talking of business ideas that are feasible, business ideas that are acceptable according to the laws of Malawi, business ideas that are not harming the environment. And besides that, we are also looking for individuals. There are two scenarios here. We may have the best business idea, but probably being proposed by a wrong person, or a wrong business idea being proposed by a good person in terms of capacity and even the character. So we would also want to make sure that we are partnering with Malawians who have good character and they have also the capacity to run business. Where they fall short, we come in as a partner, Accelerator as a partner to fill the gap. Accelerator forms what we call the partnership. What happens is that Malawians or individuals propose a business idea. Either the business idea is there or they are already doing something on it. They come forward with the idea. in a written form, that is. They need to put up a business proposal or create a business plan. When we agree, when we like the idea, we go into a partnership where we fund the business, but then we have shares in it. Accelerator has 40% shares, and we give the majority share to the owner of the business, 60%. Mind you, our partnership runs for 5 years, and we give room to the owner of the business, or I would say the major shareholder, because when I say the owner, maybe that would be not right, but we'll say the major shareholder, to start buying our shares. So in the second year, he is free to buy 10%. The third year, another 10%. By the end of 5 years, the owner of the business or the major shareholder should be able to own the business 100%. Remember, Accelerator is there to empower Malawian businesses. And we feel if the business is a brilliant one, is profitable, is sustainable, it grows. And by the end of 5 years, someone should be well empowered. Accelerator is an organization which was founded in Netherlands by Robert Slick and Martin Verboven. These are the, I would say, the founders of the organization. They are based in Netherlands. Here in Malawi, we have just 2 offices. One in Lilongwe at close to Nigerian Embassy in Area 12. Another one is at the hub in Blantyre. So far, we have worked with more than 14 businesses in Malawi, and we have dispersed more than 200 million Malawi kwacha, supporting different types of businesses. Accelerator does not put much emphasis on the minimum or the ceiling that a business can access. We would not want to put Malawians to put focus on the amount of money which is there or whatever. We want Malawians to be driven by the business idea itself.
Farmers' negligence has been faulted for the country's failure to satisfy the watermelon demand in South Africa and Zambia. A local organization, Synthesis Agriculture, says Malawians are losing out on 30,000 metric tons of the fruit that are on demand from the countries weekly. Chimwemwe Mangazi has the whole story.
Synthesis Agriculture initiated production of watermelons on a large scale last year and engaged 100 farmers in training of the same. According to its managing director, Dickson Kilowe, only 35 farmers were able to produce the fruits, which were not enough to meet the international demand. He says they want to engage 200 new farmers for production of the fruits this year.
Watermelon, it's a value chain that you cannot compare to any other value chain. I was told that horticulture is a great way to go. A maize, a hectare of one maize. Let's compare this. A hectare of a maize that we likely put a lot of our effort. It gives a farmer not more than this is 120 bags of maize. That is under a very good management, which most of the farmers, they don't even manage to get to 120 bags. They would even get 60 bags, which is 3 tons, which is 3,000 kilograms of maize. How much do you buy maize during then? Not now, when the maize is on the peak, because a lot of our farmers of the maize, basically, also they would want after they have harvested, they should sell it. They don't have that patience to sell when the maize has get a good price. You see that during that season of the maize, we sell at 100 kwacha. So you find the 3,000 kilograms, which is 3 tons that the farmers get on 1 hectare by 100 kwacha. How much are you getting? You not that out of these 3,000, it's 300,000 kwacha that the farmer is selling all the bags. Yet on the very same 1 hectare, you put on watermelons. So a watermelon gives you an average of between 10 to 20,000 fruits. That can weigh between 4 to 16 kg. So one watermelon at an average
a good watermelon, I'm talking of the quality good watermelons, catch a price between 1,000 to 5,000 kwacha, one watermelon. So let's say maybe it's at 1,000 kwacha. One, you have a 10,000 watermelons. Within a space of 90 days, you are getting how much? A 10 million kwacha. So you compare the effort, the labor effort that you put in maize. Maize will take you about 8 months, or watermelon will take you only 90 days, 3 months, you are done. So that's what it is. Well, let's talk of South Africa, which most of the Malawians will love to go. Currently, it's their season. They are supplying watermelons. Malawi, we can't supply watermelons. We are now importing from them. So you note that in the next 2 months, they will run out of the watermelons. What does that mean to Malawi as a country? It's our opportunity to produce, ready to supply them come in July. That's an open market. A 30 metric tons weekly. That's a market. So you find that's an opportunity, a garden for Malawians, a challenge. There's no any Malawians who desire to think in such box. Sure. You know, last year we had 100 farmers. They have failed. We didn't meet that. We not even managed to supply even one truckload. We are all consumed locally. So what is happening now? We are even failing to produce what can meet the local demand. So it means having finished meeting the local demand, we set up now for the international market. That's why this time now we are recruiting 200 farmers this year that will take over for the following coming fourth cycle that we have. We have an opportunity for the fourth cycle now that we can produce watermelon. So we are recruiting 200 more farmers as a Seafasters Agriculture to train them in this coming month of March. On 3rd March, we'll be in Lilongwe at Bridgeview Hotel, and also on 7th March, we'll go back to Southern Region at Heritage Hotel to train also 100 of them. With the 100 of last year, making 300. I wanted just to try at least to meet 30% of the demand.
The firm is propagating for crop diversification, mainly focusing on horticulture. It is also working with 200 other farmers in production of paprika and bananas.
Remember, this is Business Time with me, William Kumwembe. It is a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. And as we proceed with the program, let us now have a look at how the Malawi kwacha is faring against major trading currencies on the foreign exchange markets. Welcome back. Wholly Malawian-owned insurance company Reunion Insurance has touted substantial business growth since its inception over 15 years ago. The company has also spoke highly of what it calls outstanding performance of its business in the year ended December 2019. I caught up with the firm's business development manager, Hastings Kapesa.
As Reunion Insurance Company Limited, we are a company that is doing fine. We are a company that we've done very well in the year 2019, and the performance is so encouraging, and our customers have supported us fully, because if you look at the figures that we have written in 2019, we've written close to 4 billion. And if we are to compare with 2018 we wrote about 3 billion. So you can see that we have grown. We've grown tremendously, and if we are to put a percentage of our growth, we've grown by about 31%. And in terms of achieving the budget, we've managed to achieve our budget almost 100%, because we had put our budget at 4 billion as well. So you can see that the growth is quite good. And maybe to give you a bit of a history, if we are to take you back to 2017, in 2017 we wrote about 2.6 billion, and then as I've mentioned, to say in 2018 we wrote about 3 billion, and now come 2019 we've written 4 billion. So you can see that the figures are going up, and this is very encouraging to us as a company, and also to our customers, because the customers, they would want to see a company that is growing, a company that is doing fine, a company that is able to deliver on their promise, a company that is adding value to customers. And this is exactly what we are doing as a union, because we are able to add value to our customers, deliver on promise. That's why we are able to achieve this feat of growth that we are enjoying, as I have just mentioned to you.
About 6 weeks in 2020.
Correct.
How have you started the year 2020?
At a very good note, William, and I can assure you, January has been very good to us, 2020. We've started very well, business is coming, and customers are coming as well. And so far, I have figures, and those figures are encouraging, because if we were to compare with 2019,
like just 6 weeks.
Yes, if we were to compare with 2019 January, and then this year 2020 January, it's encouraging. It's encouraging. We are okay. We are confident. We are going to maintain the same feat that we did last year. This year 2020, we believe the same thing is also actually going to happen.
But maybe if you had to be particular, if you had to give details in terms of outlook, how does the future look like to you?
William, that's a very interesting question, because as we stand, you might also have seen the political tension that is going around. That also affects us as businesses, as insurers. We also get affected, because our customers, their businesses are affected. They don't open shops. I mean, they don't open their companies. They don't have productivity. I mean, production of some of our customers' businesses doesn't move the way it's supposed to move. So, however, we are so positive that the business is going to stabilize, and we are also positive. We have also seen if you might have seen the policy rate which the RBM actually emphasized upon and mentioned upon in terms of the borrowing when businesses are borrowing from banks. So with maintaining of that policy rate by the RBM will also help us a lot, because businesses will be able to borrow, and they will be able to invest, and they will also be able to come and insure with us, considering that the cost of borrowing is quite minimal. It's quite now at a good figure. So we are positive. The outlook looks good. However, challenges are there. Yeah, challenges are there, and what we need to do is to put in place strategies that will help us repel those challenges, which one of them I've mentioned, to do with the political climate, which we all know what is happening in our country. But we believe things will normalize, and to be more specific, as the union, we are able to actually repel those challenges and make sure that we are achieving the feat that we were achieving in the previous years.
Finally, talking of insurance penetration, yes, I think it's one issue that you can't speak to an insurer without talking about.
Correct.
Insurance penetration.
Yeah, correct.
We are speaking at a time when insurance penetration remains very low.
Yes.
Not much has been done to ensure that maybe broaden the base in as far as insurance penetration is concerned.
So awareness is one of the key factors that we should actually disseminate to information to do with insurance to our customers. That is lacking in the insurance industry, and that is also contributing to the low insurance penetration. Immediately we don't relay the information as insurers, we will not be able to get good business. But as the union, we are doing very well, because we are able to communicate, to tell our customers, to say, look, this is to do with politics, political damage, risks. They should be able to get extensions on their policy, to extend the policy to cover the political risks, so that when there is a political damage associated with politics, they should be able to get compensation. Same message I'm also sending to other customers who are listening to this program, that it's very important that you check with your insurers or your brokers if you are covered in terms of the political environment that you are going in. In terms of a standard policy cover for insurance, it doesn't cover you on political risks, but you can get an extension to your insurers.
With that story, we've also come to the end of today's edition of the program Business Time, right here on Times Television. It is a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is William Kumwembe. But always remember, if it doesn't make money, then it doesn't make sense. Goodbye for now.